Good morning. Hi. It is Friday, January 22nd, and I'm T. Waldron. This is my cat, Pumpkin. Do you want to say hi, Pumpkin? Nope, she's a cat. She's not going to do it. I hope you're having a great Friday. It's the end of the week. It is very cold here on the East Coast. We're expecting a big snowstorm, and we're getting ready for it. So I hope you're having a cozy day. Let's do a little bit of deep breathing. If you can close your eyes, let's inhale through our mouth. Nope, let's inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. And we're slowing our breath down, going within. Oh, thanks for purring. That's nice. Inhale. Taking a few minutes just for you. Give yourself a little bit of time, a little bit of attention, and a little bit of love. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Yeah. Hey, good morning, Kevin. Good to see you. I hope you're having a great day. I hope it's warm where you are. Good morning, Art. Went out for fresh bagels this morning. Yes, it's a little cold out there. Well, good for you. I hope they're delicious. I'm sure they will be. You know where the good eats are. So I'm just going to flip the pages and see what Joe Dispenza wisdom we're going to listen to today. Let's see. There. Oh, survival living as a somebody. Let's see what he has to say about this. Most of us embrace the traditional notion of ourselves as a somebody, but who we really are has nothing to do with the big three. Let me see. What are the big three? Oh, this is the stuff we read the other day. This is pretty wild. Our body, our environment, and time. Okay? So this is when our stress response is triggered. We focus on three things of the highest importance. Our body, to take care of our body. Our environment, where can I go to escape the threat? And time. So who we are is a consciousness connected to a quantum field of intelligence. Okay, let me say that again so I can understand it. Who we are is a consciousness connected to a quantum field of intelligence. So I think he's basically saying we're our souls in the quantum field. That's what I'm gathering from that. When we become this somebody, this materialistic physical self living in survival, we forget who we truly are. Oh, that makes sense. We become disconnected and feel separate from the universal field of intelligence. And the more we live impacted by stress hormones, the more the chemical rush becomes our identity. That's true because we stick with the known. We have that job that stresses us out and it makes us feel terrible, but we know what we're going to feel like, so we keep going there. We keep with it because it's the known. The unknown is scary. If we fancy ourselves as solely physical beings, we limit ourselves to perceiving only with our physical senses. The more we use our senses to define our reality, the more we allow our senses to determine our reality. That's pretty wild. So if we limit ourselves, so instead of looking at our intuition, our creativity, our spirituality, if we just are going with what we see, hear, feel, taste, and touch, then we're limiting ourselves. We're not getting into that spiritual aspect of ourselves. That's pretty interesting. If you recall, the Newtonian model of reality is all about predicting an outcome. Now we are trying to control our reality instead of surrendering to something greater. All we're doing is trying to survive. And that makes sense because our analytical brain only knows what's been in the past, what we've experienced before. And we can't even imagine things that could happen that are thousands of times better than our physical reality that we've already experienced. If the quantum model of reality ultimately defines everything as energy, why do we experience ourselves more as physical beings than beings of energy? We could say that the survival-oriented emotions are energy in motion, are the lower frequency or lower energy emotions. They vibrate at slower wavelengths and therefore ground us into being physical. We become denser, heavier, more corporeal, because that energy causes us to vibrate more slowly. The body quite literally becomes composed more of mass and less of energy, more of matter and less of mind. So that's wild. So if we're in those stress hormones, those anger hormones, we get tied into our physicality, and we can't like even imagine things that are in our spiritual world. Does that make sense? Like that does for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm a cat lady, I guess. Thank you, Funk Congress. um, yeah, so we can, when we're focused though on the 3D world, on our lives around us, the stuff we can see, rather than trying to do good things and feeling good about ourselves, then we do get caught up in this physical reality. So by going within, by doing some of that breath work we just did, by learning how to trust our souls, we can go past all that and touch, get in touch with our higher mind. But if we're in stress, if we're in lack, if we're going from day to day and just surviving and really stressed out, then we're brought down. It's exactly what you said there. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Jacob. Yeah, Pumpkin, you have another fan. She's 17. Her name is Pumpkin. And she's here for you guys. Every time I'm going to do the live, she jumps right up on the chair. So thanks for saying that. Oh my goodness. Yes, it seems like I let my ego do most of the driving. It's exhausting. That is so true. Yes, because the fact that you're aware of it, though, that's step one. So you're on your path, okay? But yeah, when you catch yourself, and Joe Dispenza does a lot of this, when you catch your ego trying to, run the show, it's like, he calls it like an animal. He's like, you just have to sort of train it back and say, no, we're not doing that. We're going to do what I want to do. And it's kind of strange where you're sort of talking to yourself, but it really works. So good for you. You're on the path. I love that. I love admitting, that I got to fix it, and you're doing it. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you being part of this, and being open to talk about it. Yeah, acceptance and commitment therapy. Yes, so true. So anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for being here, everybody. Yes, it is tough work, and it's not something that's rewarded in our society. Our society is looking for validation outside of us. Shopping, drinking, eating, whatever, scrolling, all of that is outside of us. And we have to find a way to replace a lot of that and go within and work on ourselves and educate ourselves. And you're doing it. So thank you for being here. Because this isn't like an easy topic to talk about, but if we where our attention goes, our energy goes. And you can definitely, we are limitless. We are eternal, and we are powerful, and you can change if you choose to, and you put the attention in and the time and the energy. So good for you. I'm really proud of you. So, all right, I'm going to head out. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll be on 8 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, and then 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. So I came to troll. I don't make it easy. Now I feel better. Yeah, I heard somebody made a short about me, and I didn't even look it up because I did a video like way back, and it was called "What You Think of Me Is None of My Business." So, honestly, like, I'm so glad you engaged in a conversation. I really appreciate it, and thanks for admitting that. Yeah, so I won't be looking that video up. I'm like, well, maybe it was a nice video. It wasn't, I'm sure. It's okay though. Anyway. Have a great day, everybody. From myself to yourself, thanks for joining me on this journey. And say goodbye, Pumpkin. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.